Howdy folks, today we're playing Poppet Stitcher Tokens and Brothers War Standard. Shout out to Skins for creating the deck, and let's see how it does in the ladder. Our opponent is going first, and I think this is a keepable hand for us. Get this deserted beach down, why not? I will say, the deck that Skins submitted had 4 Cemetery Protector in it. And I decided I was going to cut those, so I added Rabble Rousing and 2 more Wandering Emperor in its place. I'm trying to save up wild cards for the next set coming, and I also I thought they would be better suited since they're non-creatures to go with the rest of the plan for the deck. Even though it's a token generator, I decided to go with other token generators. So we'll see how that goes. See if we get paid off for that or not. Okay. I think this is a good time to get a Wandering or Weding Announcement down, and next turn we can play the Wandering Emperor. And our opponent's gonna make sure that this 1/1 can't block this turn. Storm Seeker, yep. Opponent is getting in all the damage. Can't block any of that. Go ahead and pass the turn. We're gonna gain some life on the Wandering Emperor. This is gonna give trample, which is a little unfortunate, but as long as they don't have another big threat here that they can give trample and haste, I think we'll be fine, probably. Phoenix Chick, okay. This Solemn Simulacrum, sure. Put it on the Phoenix Chick, makes sense. Gonna give their Solemn Simulacrum +2/+0 and trample and haste, I would imagine, okay. One of our creatures is not going to be able to block. Okay. So what do we want to block here? So we can exile the Solemn Simulacrum and block the Rada and take 8 but gain 2. I think that's the plan. Block the Rada. Exile the Simian Simulacrum. Or do we have to exile the Phoenix Chick? Actually, I think we have to exile the Phoenix Chick because it has evasion for the next few turns. Taking a big chunk here, though. Definitely making the token here.
Keep watch for intruders.
I think we want to play the Adeline, just get a big creature going. They have any lightning strikes or anything, we're probably dead, but we'll see. We have Protect the Negotiators to counter it, to counter a lightning strike. I think we're only going to counter things if it could kill us, and our opponent decides they can't beat what we have going on. Protect the Negotiators up, I think, was going to potentially get us there, but dang, that was a really strong start from our opponent. Strong creatures all the way around the curve and took them down. That's a good endorsement for the deck here. Alrighty, GG's. Alrighty, and we're back with the deck here with Poppet Tokens. Shout out again to Skins for making the deck. I do want to say I did already make the changes from the Cemetery Protectors to the 2 Rabble Rousing and 2 more Wandering Emperor for the deck that Skins made. That is also linked in the description. This deck will be the final version of it will be linked in the description as well. And I don't think I'm going to change really anything in this this section of it. The only thing I feel like you could potentially warrant some changing would be this Lauren's Escape. You could make it into something else. But other than that, I think the Skystrike Officer making only getting untapped soldiers, I think maybe isn't the best in this deck, but I think it still might be good enough just being a 2/3. But maybe the 3/2 flyer would be better. The Harbin, sorry, excuse me, I'm gonna look it up right now. Harbin something. Harbin Vanguard Aviator. So when you attack 5 or more soldiers. Okay, so I thought it was just 5 more creatures. So no, I don't think that would be better. Because unlike we get a 5 or more soldiers. So I think, yeah, Skystrike Officer is definitely pretty good. I think you want a token producer of some ilk in this spot right here. And I think Skystrike Officer is definitely a solid one you can have there. But yeah, everything really in our deck makes tokens. Resolute Reinforcement makes token. Even our counterspell, Protect the Negotiators, makes tokens. Weding Announcement, you know, everyone's favorite token maker. Adeline, also everyone's favorite token maker. The 3-drop slot is loaded in this deck. Poppet Stitcher, a card not really seen in a lot of standard, but it's really the namesake of this deck. It's a 3-mana 2/3, so I kind of get why that is maybe the sticking point of why it doesn't see a lot of play. But when you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with decayed. And at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 more creature tokens, it may transform Poppet Stitcher. So I think I misspoke earlier when I said that the Rabble Rousing and the Wandering Emperor trigger off the Poppet Stitcher. They don't, but I still think I would rather have these token generators. This one coming attached to removal spell, and this one just ending the game, more than the Cemetery Protector. Could change it though, but like I said, that was somewhat of a wild card motivated play there. So maybe I'm just tricking myself into thinking that that's the case. But yeah, that's generally the deck. I think the only card I haven't really gone over that I don't think people will know is Myrel, which is a new Brother Ward's card. New card. It's, you know, new, you know, back to the latest set, but we're about to get a new set, so we'll have a batch of new cards. But for now, this is still the new cards. For the new cards, it says during your turn, your opponent can't cast spells or activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. That's pretty nice. You know, when it's your turn, your plans aren't going to get muddied up or anything. And then whenever Myrel's Shield of Argive attacks, create X when colorless soldier artifact creature tokens, where X is the number of soldiers you control. It's pretty powerful there. And that's the whole deck. We have Lauren's Escape to protect some of our creatures as well. Yeah, I like it. Let's try it out in some more games. Okay, we're going first here, and yeah, Resolute Reinforcements on 2. Looks pretty good to me. I think I will play this Iganjo. Pass the turn. This is underdog. Okay, sounds good. I think I should have waited for the reinforcements. That was my bad. I thought we were through the combat phase. Just making a board here, though. We have 1 soldier. I think we're fine taking a little bit of damage here. What else our opponent has? Another Vault Sweeper, sure. Tranquil Cove. Not bad, not bad. I think we're just gonna keep up this Protect the Negotiators and pass the turn. Making some 2/2s over there, yep. Sure. They decided to just go all in on these Evolve Super. I'll kill one with the Faithful Absence. I think we will decide to block this Tenacious Underdog. And Graveyard Trespasser. I think that's definitely worth countering for us. We get a 1/1, counter the spell. And now this turn, we get really big creatures, which is nice. Question is, I think we want to play the Skystrike Officer and then tap the soldiers to draw a card eventually. Go ahead and pass. Flip this Skystrike, or flip the Weding Announcement here to the Wedding Festivity. Now they can have a... Okay, that is pretty good. I'm gonna take a human, it's not a soldier. Taking some heat there, okay. Do they want to attack still? Alright. Tap 3, untap soldiers we control. Draw a card. My turn. Time for a deserted beach and another wedding announcement. Go ahead and pass the turn. These aren't making soldiers, which is kind of tough, but yeah, we do what we can. And we're going to try to kill one of these evolved sleepers, I think. See what our opponent has to say about it. And I think we're going to double block a underdog. We want to use the removal spell on a token. I think we're fine with that. And a Shelly. Okay, going to go ahead and draw a card now. Need to find a removal spell for this Sheldred here. Resolute Reinforcements is not that. Go ahead and draw. Have an Adeline. Resolve. Play an island. And pass. Well, getting a little beat up here. Sheldred's gonna get us here, I think. I'm getting rid of our first wedding announcement was big, so get more damage in. We only have one white mana here too, which is kind of tough. Yeah, we'll block the Evolved Sleeper with this Adeline. Okay, gonna draw a card. Gain some life. We'll give this Indestructible and Haste. Pack's proven indestructible. Alright, they're gonna go for the throat. Is this a soldier? Not a soldier, okay. I do think we need to find an answer, so drawing our card is going to be our best bet. Myrel, not the answer we need. Negate, also not the answer we need. That's close. Sheldred got us this game. GG's. Next time, try to beat a Sheldred deck. We'll try it. We'll try it. GG's. Tough one to get through. Okay, our opponent kept their hand. We're going to keep our hand as well with a turn 2 Resolute Reinforcements. That's our plan. See what's on Swamp. Maybe we'll get our revenge against good old Shelly. Misery Shadow, okay. Yep, Resolute Reinforcements and pass. The opponent's gonna attack. Nothing we can do about that. See what else they have. Liliana of the Veil. Sure. I think we'll discard a Plains here.
You think you can win? We all have things we'd rather forget.
And we can definitely attack this Liliana down with the Resolute Reinforcements. So we do want to keep this Protect the Negotiators up, but I don't think it's worth not having one of our good 4-drops up next turn. See how our opponent decides to use this Liliana. I guess they're going to go up on it. I think we're going to have to decide between one of our spells here. One of these two big 4-drops. Because I think we need to keep something in case they do have a Sheldred. So I think we're getting rid of the Myrel. See if our opponent slams a Shelly this turn. Okay, our turn. We will take it. And we'll pass. I think we can safely discard this Lauren's Escape. See what our opponent decides they want to discard. Evolved Sleeper. Sure. And decides they don't want to attack. Fine with us. We'll just play a Wandering Emperor. I think we're just gonna make some 2/2s.
Run away. You'll be safer.
And we could Faithful Absence this Misery Shadow. And then attack. I think I think we're gonna put the counter on this first in case they have exactly cut down. And now we're going to Fateful Absence the Misery Shadow and then attack the Liliana. They have another removal spell we still got, but what are you going to do? I mean, we have the Lauren's Escape we could use as well. Liliana. What do you got, opponent? You blocking? Go for the throat. I think this is a good time to escape it. Negate. Negate's not bad. Might sit in our hand a bit, but I think we'll keep Negate. See if they decide to throw their Evolved Sleeper in the way. Is Liliana worth keeping the Evolved Sleeper? Making it a 2/2. Not decided to not throw the Lily. Throw the Evolved Sleeper for the Liliana. Okay. So they kept. I think they kept a card one of those turns. I think they didn't plus one of those turns. Could be wrong about that. Opponent looked like they're searching for a land with this play. Found it. Makes it a 3/3. I think we would block here. Pretty happily. Trading off, okay. And we have that negate. Start attacking, and now we're gonna make samurais, and we can get the Resolute Reinforcements going, or we can Protect the Negotiators to counter something. Fits and Invoke Despair, I think we'll use a negate. So we can also play this Resolute Reinforcements. Getting a lot of damage in, certainly. Another samurai. I think, yeah, well, it's fine. Play the planes. We can counter any one thing our opponent has here. Liliana. Don't think that's worth a counterspell from us. I guess we should have made it to get rid of that anyway, but alright, they did sacrifice, make a sacrifice, so we're fine with that. Maybe that was a reason to keep the planes in hand. Make this a 2/2. Attack Liliana. Everybody else going face. I'm set 5, and now we have Protect the Negotiators. Negotiators can kill anything. I'd count this as a win against Sheldred. It's mono black. They have to have it in their deck. We didn't beat Sheldred exactly, but we beat the Sheldred deck, right? I'm counting that as revenge. All right, let's see if we get some more sweet, sweet revenge in future games. Okay, well, we're tasked with going first, which is a good thing. Bad thing is we don't really have anything going on, but we'll try it. Thing is, Protect the Negotiators can't counter a spell unless you have a creature on the battlefield. So this turn, Protect the Negotiators is blank. We do have Fateful Absence. We really need to kill a creature. I'm just continuing to draw lands isn't bad. Going to pass the turn. They cast a 3-drop. We'll counter it with the Protect the Negotiators. I think we'd be pretty happy about that, actually. Opponent not feeling like doing that, though. I think we'll go ahead and pass and just try to play the Wandering Emperor at end step. See what our opponent has here. Turn Exploration. That's fine. Don't think we're going to be able to stop our opponent from getting to the requisite lands for whatever they need to cast, so... Gotta imagine they have a land to put on onto the battlefield, though. See what land it is. They must have a land because they're debating, and it would just have, you know, pass through their priority if they didn't. So they must have multiple lands here, and it must be a hard decision. They put in like a Beseju or a Odawara. We can probably surmise they're debating whether they should put that or another one in. Could have just been lagging, though. Just put a Land of Water Wastes in. Yeah, maybe they were just lagging or away from keyboard for a second. Did have an Odawara, though. Okay, that's interesting. Let me try to get a Wandering Emperor down here. Kind of imagine our opponent has a counterspell here. It doesn't look like it, I guess, though. And yeah, we're just trying to create creatures with this Wandering Emperor so that we can start countering things, hopefully with Protect the Negotiators. Gonna create the token before we attack to give ourselves a better chance of countering something. I'm gonna go ahead and pass. Yeah. So we draw more lands. Not really a lot extra we can do. Another joint exploration. See if they have another double land. If they do, we're probably in some rough shape. My guess is this is some sort of Titan deck. 2 on top, so they didn't put a land into play though, so that means they are stuck on lands potentially. Oh, they had a land though. Did they draw a land? So yeah, we can't counter that, so nothing we can do there. Going to my turn. And yeah, we're gonna play this Myrel, I think. We're at that point in the game here. And we're going to plus the Wandering Emperor. Yep, have a counterspell. Okay, so our opponent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 7 lands if they have anything. Okay, they don't have it. Okay, we're fine with that. I mean, running 7 is a little tough, but
they prepare for war.
I think we're just meant to kill this tree folk while we can. We do have Protect the Negotiators up, but it's not the strongest looking one we've seen. Opponent's gonna have a lot of opportunity to get lands in their hand. Sunset Revelry. They're at less life and less cards and less creatures. It's pretty good for them. Get the full effect Sunset Revelry. Maybe this means we can counter whatever's next. Nothing's next. Okay. Well, we have had a tough time drawing lands here.
Strike fast and strike.
Attack on the run in 7 here. Opponent's definitely blocking. My thing is, I don't think we're really going to be able to counter anything anyway, so I think we have to play our highest upside card. Which to me, I think is this Myrel still. Siphon Insight, okay. Could find a Protect the Negotiators, but those seem to all be in our hands, so there's some good cards our opponent could hit, though, for sure. Gonna get a Myrel down. That's nothing. That's not nothing, though. Opponent is gonna be able to get a run in 7 down, so it's gonna be kind of tough, but they're deciding what they want between our 2 cards. This will be a tough one to win. If we can pull this one out, I think that's going to be a huge, huge W for this deck. Man, opponent must have hit some good cards because they're really tanking. All right, Myrel down. Our opponent very much might just cash in the run in 7, but decide not to. No Siphon Insight, some good value there for our opponent. Two cards and a Siphon Insight they're likely to cast. Path of Peril again, full bore that time, okay. Yeah, I want to see if we can draw a land this turn, that would be ideal. For a Weding Announcement, plus a Protect the Negotiators or something like that. Ah yes, try to get this Weding Announcement down. And we do get it down, okay. Building the board again.
Keep watch for intruders.
Right in 7, gonna be able to make a token here. Opponent hasn't had time to crack that clue. They haven't needed to, though. Our opponent plays any other big spell. Probably gonna lock us out of this game. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 8 lands. Siphon Insight us, okay. The opponent has just a wealth of things to cast. We can counter whatever they cast here, though. Gotta imagine they're minusing this run in 7. Looks like they are. Then a land was one of the things they played. Okay. Adeline. Okay, can't counter that one. When we draw planes. Okay, yeah, this has reach but not vigilance. Play the Poppet Stitcher here. I think we'll plus on it. They showed us cut down, so I want to try to get that out of cut down range if at all possible. Okay, so our opponent has one more card from our deck from this Siphon Insight. Looking through our graveyard. That could mean they have a Cruelty of Gix. Some way to recur something from our graveyard, or maybe a Farewell, and they're deciding if it's worth to exile everything or not. Poppet Stitcher's gonna make some zombies, though. If they cast something we can count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. When we cast this Negotiators, though, it's gonna, yeah, gonna give us enough to counter the spell, which is nice. Definitely gonna give us enough to counter. They have 1 blue mana up. Okay, definitely a nice counter spell for us there. Opponent doesn't have 2 black up for a second Path of Peril, thankfully. Board state's looking good. Thirst for Discovery, sure. Next turn, this Rabble Rousing I think is going to be pretty good. See how many they put into play. Hopefully they dump like their whole hand. They don't have anything else going on. Put a couple, okay. And a plains from our side, okay. Well, we could make creature tokens we control lose all abilities and have base power and toughness 3/3. I think that's what we'd want to do. Cast a Rabble Rousing. What do we want to get? Probably another Weding Announcement, I guess. We're gonna put a +1/+1. It's our worst creature, the zombie, probably. Attack all at our opponent. Actually, we'll... Yeah, I think it's worth killing this Renin 7. So it'll be easy for our opponent to now block these 2 creatures coming at their face. It's only going to kill one of them, though. And we made a bunch of 3/3s, obviously, which is pretty nice. About to be even bigger. Okay, we have a lot of creatures. Opponent needs a Wrath, which definitely could have. They have a Wrath, though. Get rid of their big tree folk. Ooh, Farewell was not what we wanted to see. We didn't want to see a Farewell. Exactly, okay. Deserted Beach. Well, time to rebuild our board. Going back to the Poppet Stitcher well here. I'm gonna go ahead and pass. Our opponent has, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 lands. I would be shocked if we ever got to a point where we could counter our opponent's things, but let's see. Here they have 1, 2, 3, 4 lands up. We could play Resolute Reinforcements and counter this Protect the Negotiators. So I think we're actually gonna do, because we get the extra token from the Poppet Stitcher. Yep, get the token from the Poppet Stitcher, and then make it so our opponent can't pay. And if they really want to resolve the Wandering Emperor, I think we're fine. Thirst for Discovery. Okay, they're seeing if they have a spell pierce potentially. So they don't need basic lands. They don't have basic lands, so discard 2 regular lands. Alright, opponent might be running out of stuff. We have 3 creature tokens. This Poppet Stitcher is gonna flip. And we're gonna be back in business. Oh, God, opponent is just ruining all our fun over here. Okay. And an Invoke Despair. Dang. Okay, well, I'd say we put up a really good fight against this. I think we're running out of gas now. I think this is probably over, but I mean, I guess Skystrike Officer might get us there. We'll see. These are both soldiers, so we can draw out the Skystrike Officer this turn. To Fairy. Okay. Can't counter that one.
Faced with tragedy, even
Do they make the 2/2?
to take action.
Looks like they do. It says flying though. It's definitely relevant. Invoke Despair, sure. I'm gonna cast this Resolute Reinforcements, make the 1/1s, draw the card in response, and then sack this soldier. Opponent's gonna get some pumps on the Teferi. It's kind of unfortunate for us. Opponent has really, I mean, they're really leaning into the 4+ drops in this deck. Katose, Renin 7, Farewell, Thirst for Discovery, Wandering Emperor. Discovery's not it. Invoke Despair. Also a Joint Exploration deck. Yep, coming after the Teferi. Wandering Emperor. Well, we're gonna get that. Counter that again. Now we're making enough soldiers to draw a card. Opponent? I don't know if they should have cast that there. We'll see. Our opponent's still definitely in the driver's seat, but man, we are. I feel like we're outplaying our opponent, but they're just getting us with better cards. It's tough. I think we'll block with this soldier. And we'll go ahead and draw. Island though. Eh? We were running low on lands to start, and now we're running only lands. Renin 7, man. Another big creature coming on the way. What are we gonna be? 15/15? Yeah, that makes sense. Tranquil Cove. Okay, well. Looks like we're doing some blocking again. This has reach, so we can't attack with Skystrike Officer. We draw exactly a Wandering Emperor here, though. I think we...
There is much the past can teach us.
Aren't gonna be too sad. Putting some lands in the hand. Well, it's gonna be kind of wary of everything in their graveyard. Union of the Third Path. So our opponent is all in on the late game. I mean, they're just playing every late game spell in their deck. So I think we're just gonna block the Tree Folk here. And again, draw some cards. I think we need to keep alive other creatures as much as possible. Man, we have hit a run of lands here that is seriously jeopardizing our ability to win. Oh, a memory deluge. Oh, they're doing it to us. They just keep doing it to us. Okay, they can flash it back, obviously in the same terms. They have 17 lands. Lauren's escape, not enough for us to escape this position. GG's. Top our opponent a good game, well fought. Couldn't quite get there though. That happens, that definitely happens. Alrighty, opponent is going first, and if we can get a land, this hand's pretty good. Not a land, but opponent might be on some enchantment shenanigans, and looks like it. Looks like it. Well, we can draw a land. We can go Resolute Reinforcements into Skystrike Officer, which means we'll be able to draw some cards. So hopefully that's the plan. We did draw a land. That's big. So now if they remove our Skystrike Officer, we're still drawing a card. I'd like to see that. Borrowed Time. Okay. +1/+1. Let's see where the borrowed time's going. Gotta imagine it's on the Skystrike Officer. Alright, well, we'll draw a card here. Deserted Beach, not bad. And this turn we can cast Skystrike Officer and also have the Lauren's Escape up, so I think we'll be pretty happy to do that. If they cast another borrowed time, we'll just cast the Lauren's Escape. Borrowed time, sure. Gonna protect it this time. I think I will keep another land, actually. Fizzle the borrowed time. See what else they have. Michiko's Reign of Truth. Okay, that means we have to block this turn. And for the foreseeable future, probably. Go ahead and draw our card. Got a card waste that we knew we were going to draw. Put it on top. Okay. And... yeah, I think I'm gonna attack with the Skystrike Officer first, see what's up. Get my soldier. And... I think we're just fine to counter anything our opponent plays. I think we'd rather draw the cards, so... yeah. We're just ready to counter whatever our opponent plays. And also draw a card with the Skystrike Officer. Borrowed time. Gonna let that resolve, but now I'm gonna cast the Resolute Reinforcements into the Protect the Negotiators. Opponents certainly will not be able to block here, or to pay here. Draw some cards. Draw a card, I guess. Can't draw two yet. Another Skystrike Officer is not bad. I think we can wait on it. Attack for 3 here. Make another soldier. Get the Weding Announcement down and also have this Resolute Reinforcements. Guess we could have left the one more back, so we could have drawn, but that's alright. Opponent flips the Michiko's Reign of Truth. See what else they got going on. Sarah Paragon. Okay, well, probably gonna be able to cast that borrowed time. They have a land. Jukai Naturalist, okay. Puts a +1/+1 on the Sarah Paragon. Alrighty. Gonna attempt to block with a soldier and then draw some more cards. Skystrike Officer has looked pretty good so far. Yep. Go and cast this Resolute Reinforcements. Just get more bodies on the battlefield, more cards potentially to draw. I think, yeah, we want to cast this Poppet Stitcher to put the fear in our opponents. That's... okay, put the fear into our opponent that we're going to make to just gigantic creatures. Another Jukai Naturalist, yep. Resolve all. Making a lifelink for big makes sense. Alright, what are they gonna hit here? See what they target. Skystrike Officer. Sure. Draw some cards. Draw a card. Rabble Rousing's pretty good. We'll take that. Opponent's yamming with everything. I think we're good to chump block the 6/6 and then get rid of this Naturalist. Definitely gonna kill the Poppet Stitcher, which I believe is gonna be fine. We have a Rabble Rousing about to come down. And that Rabble Rousing is just going to give us so many creatures every turn. Hiding away a Fateful Absence for this Sarah Paragon, I would believe. Gonna jam with everybody. Make some creatures, kill this Sarah Paragon. Go to blockers, yep. Free block for our opponent. Fine by us. Drawing a card first, deciding can help them block or not. Go to damage. Still gonna hit him for a bunch. Pass the turn. Draw a couple cards. Adeline, not bad. Now we're making 2/2s. Now we're threatening blocks. Other naturalists, yep, that's fine by us. Let's see what else they got. In the trenches. Okay. Imagine they're gonna jam again. Portrait. Yep, I think we'll trade. We're more than happy to trade here. Go to our turn. Play a deserted beach. Skystrike Officer and an Adeline. And if we don't attack, we get 2 Weding Announcement tokens. We also don't get the Rabble Rousing triggers, but yeah, we get one Weding Announcement trigger. Our attacks get better. Yeah, I think we can wait one more turn. Land there is big. See what they're gonna exile. The Rabble Rousing makes sense. This can't give that to Enchantments, so it makes sense. Opponent doesn't seem like they're too interested in blocking or attacking. I mean, all right, gonna draw a card. Go to our turn. Fateful Absence, not a bad draw. Yep, gonna get in with the Skystrike Officer and the Adeline. Okay, opponent's just gonna be left with some lifelinkers. Go ahead and pass. See what our opponent can draw. Kami, okay. We have 32 cards in our deck. And we're gonna draw some more. Our opponent knows it's over. We were just gonna draw. Skystrike Officer just pulling us ahead, kicking our opponent out of that game. That's a big win for us. Let's go to the wrap up. Okay, we're back in the wrap up with this deck. And I have to say, I have to eat a little bit of crow in the Skystrike Officer because I thought it might not be that good. Not that many soldiers in this deck. Turns out it's an amazing card. Skystrike Officer and Resolute Reinforcements in the same deck. That puts in some work. Adeline also makes some soldiers. No, I lied about that. It doesn't make some soldiers. What, does anything else make? Oh, there's the Protect Negotiators makes the soldiers, which is the other important part. Actually, sneaky more soldier generators than you would imagine. Sorry, I had a hiccup there. And really proved to be a pretty good card drawing engine and token creating engine. Poppet Stitcher on the backside is an absolute house. Makes everything a 3/3. Combine it with a Weding Announcement and you're swinging in with a bunch. Rabble Rousing combined with either of those cards is a house. I really like this build of the deck. I think Myrel is probably the card I think I liked maybe the least now, having thought about it and gone back through. Just a 4 mana a card that dies really easily and doesn't provide any value after it dies. It doesn't die on the turn you cast it. It can get countered for 4, but it doesn't die on the turn you cast it, at least. But, you know, opponent can just untap and kill it. I think that's maybe a place you could look to maybe, you know, add another Rabble Rousing, maybe another Poppet Stitcher. That card is kind of unimpressive, but also the Lauren's Escape. I think, I don't know. I'm always kind of skeptical on these cards that are basically 1 mana protection spells. But in this deck, it really feels like at least your Adeline, your Poppet Stitcher, your Skystrike Officer, and Myrel, if you can get it down and have the Lauren's Escape up. It's a little harder with the, you know, being at 4 mana. But being able to protect it for 1 mana, I think is actually pretty important. And I think it has enough synergy with the Poppet Stitcher, where I think actually I would keep it in the deck. Usually I'm not too big of a fan of that card in decks, but I think it actually works well here. You have so many threats that if they just stay on the battlefield, they just kind of snowball. I mean, Poppet Stitcher snowballs with instants. Adeline, you just get more and more creatures every turn. It gets bigger itself. Skystrike Officer just draws you an absurd amount of cards if you have these soldiers to do so. And Myrel also just puts a bunch of creatures into play. So I think I really like the list. Thank you again, ETHskins. Thanks for submitting the deck. And I had a bunch of fun playing it. I really did. And if you like watching it like I like playing it, you'll probably like watching our last video on Black-White Kayla's reconstruction. So go over to that video if you haven't seen it yet. And until next time, wherever you are, whenever you are, have a magical day.